Hi guys, what's up? I'm back with The Haunting of Bly Manor, Season 1, Episode 8. I feel like these last two episodes are just going to drive you crazy. That's why I'm watching them back to back. I watched the last two episodes back to back, and I just wanted to take some time to discuss them because I feel like it didn't dwell on Episode 6 enough. I said that it wasn't my favorite, and I stand by that just because I think the actor, I don't know if it's the actor or just how he's acting, he just creeps me out, and I still don't like how he's just getting drunk and avoiding responsibility over his own biological kid. I get it because they showed us what happened. And I really liked one detail that I didn't discuss, and it was when Mrs. Gross was explaining to Danny why he isn't coming and trying to help Flora and Miles. He's their only living relative. And the reason she used to explain is that he died when the parents died. And so seeing episode 6 and him going through these different memory jumps similar to all the other ghosts, it just makes sense, you know? It's like he feels dead and he's also haunted by himself. He's not losing himself in the same way because he's not an actual ghost, but he has to jump through these terrible memories and these different memories because in a way he did die, you know? And he's haunted by this ghost that his brother basically created for him in his mind after he found out that he was screwing his wife. So that was just an interesting concept, and I appreciate the episode because it did explain a lot. I think that it would have been more disappointing if we didn't know much about the uncle. Like, this gives him a good reason to stay away because he is feeling haunted. He feels such tremendous guilt, and we ended with him going to Bly because he knows something is wrong with Flora. He knows something's going on in the house. So we'll see how it ends, and if he ends up maybe protecting his own daughter, you know, does something good for them for once. And I also did mention that Mrs. Gross seems like a different ghost from the other ones, and we found out the reason why was because she's still clinging on to her normal life. She wasn't accepting the fact that she was dead. Thanks to Peter, she now knows it, and she's slipping away more and more. And that's just such an interesting concept in this season, is that these ghosts are flying through memories, but slowly forgetting these different things, and when they forget completely, they have no face, they have no identity anymore. And so Flora creates one for them. And that's just so freaking cool. I can't even explain to you how much I'm fangirling over this concept. It's really freaking sad because, you know, when you die, you expect some afterlife of some kind. But like what Owen explained about dementia is that when you slowly forget yourself, it's like dying. So they have to literally die again after already dying on the property. And that's just so tragic, and I really don't want that for Hannah. She's the one ghost, she deserved so much better. She had such a terrible, life. She was kind of already ghost in real life, where her husband left her, and she was just there to serve, basically. And nobody was listening to her, taking her advice, and she was just there observing. I just want some kind of good ending for her. I don't know how much better it can be. Maybe if someone finds her body or something. I wonder if she'll ever tell Owen what's going on and why she can't go to Paris with him. It's just a tragic, tragic story between them. I do have to give some props to Rebecca because I was so annoyed at her character for continually trusting Peter, but she chose the right path in the end, and she didn't want to possess Flora fully and is protecting Flora at all costs. She didn't try as hard with Miles, but I guess she understood that he was kind of a lost cause. Peter has been possessing him for such a long time, way longer than what she has been trying to possess Flora for. I don't know, and it was such a goddamn cliffhanger that I literally got so annoyed because I knew I had to wait till today to watch it. That was yesterday, by the way. Anyways, I'm excited to get started with these episodes and finish off the show. I can't even believe it. The biggest thing I want to know is who this lady in the lake is. She's someone who's lost her identity, so I don't think it's someone we know unless it's the mother, but the kids have continually said that the parents can't come back. So maybe this episode, because I don't think they'll do it in the finale, they will explain the backstory of this ghost. I understood why she attacked Peter was because he was stealing from the house, maybe something of value to her. But why would she attack Danny? Unless it was she didn't like that she was trying to take Flora away from the property. I don't know, so many questions. I'm so excited for this episode. It's called The Romance of Certain Old Clothes. I like that. Let's get started with this episode. I got my wine ready too, so if there's anything emotional, expect that I'll be a wreck. Gosh. Now, Danny has to be okay, right? Please. Just go, Flora. Trust Danny. Fuck, man. This is a terrifying figure. I think the fact that she doesn't say anything has no face and just slowly walk. That's terrifying. Please give me your backstory, woman.
Toward the middle of the 17th century.
Okay. 18.
There lived in the province of Hampshire.
Wow. I was waiting for this moment. Did I call it or what? I was like, we haven't seen Kate Siegel yet, and this is one character we don't know who it is. So, damn, I'm happy.
A widowed gentleman. His name is of little account. I shall take the liberty of calling him Mr. Willoughby.
Mr. Willoughby.
Name, like his own, must a dire necessity for marriage.
Yo, she looks great.
For both maidens, neither
They both do.
stood to lose universal charms or conquerors. But Viola knew them for what they were.
Yeah, she's
Gluttons,
smart.
Opportunists.
She can't be
Vultures
fooled.
poised to pick the carcass of their father. The line must stay in the family, and the sisters must stay in control, lest everything be lost to the same grave.
How? Marry someone, kill them?
Thus led to Viola's invitation to a distant cousin, one Mr. Arthur Lloyd.
Cousin, okay.
And just as Perdita began to feel the stirrings of a true interest in the young man,
She, impressed him more.
Viola explained she was late because of a dispute over uncollected rents. Some see an opportunity in her father's passing. He may marry her, or marry her sister, but there should be no mistaking the true authority of Bly Manor, nor the way things will be done.
Ooh, girl power.
The wedding was
I like the piano music they have
I plight thee my troth.
continually through the series.
to love, cherish, till death us to part.
And obey. To love, cherish, and obey.
Sure. Okay. She's not gonna say it, bro. Just go on with it.
The vicar believed this an innocent omission. It was not.
Not
A
innocent.
surprise not to Perdita, who knew her sister
Yeah, these
better than
sisters
any,
be scheming. I like
and a
them.
surprise not to God.
Interesting that they chose to film in black and white.
Seized by a restlessness new to her heart, she would walk.
To the lake.
She would sleep.
Wow. Okay.
She would wake. She would walk. Perhaps it was.
Is she walking at the same time that she walks as the leading lake? Because there's a specific time the kids know that she's gonna come to the house and walk the same path.
Viola found that under its purpose, her marriage may have some amount of love to it after all.
Oh, that's good. Oh, the sister is jealous.
Blood belongs to you, and they will try to take it from you as they did me. But I will not let them.
Sister feels some
Instead,
betrayal.
we shall move mountains. But nothing holds, and all things change given time.
Why are you looking at
Change
her?
does not often announce itself. It does not trumpet its arrival. No, change is emergent.
What is with
By the time
siblings
one realizes
or
it
each
has
other's?
arrived,
No,
it has already set its teeth.
husband or wife. God damn. Oh gosh, you got.
Suspicion began as small,
Plague doctor?
as inconsequential as the tickle.
You
in
have
the lungs.
consumption?
Viola had an inordinate love of dress and the very best taste in the world.
Wow.
A taste
There we go. There's this. They're actually explaining the background ghosts now. That's cool.
Separate.
you will treat her, cure her.
I do not know that I can.
You will.
He'll die trying.
You will. God help you, but you will.
Oh, she still loves her sister. More than the husband does, that's for sure. How long she got? How about, can you do anything to help her? I know it's like quite impossible in that time, but still, man. Such a terrible way to die, like basically drowning in your own blood. God damn it, leech is disgusting. They do help for some things, though. I'm not like, but I don't think it helps with that. Bloodletting too? Nope. Nope, nope.
I do not go. Tell your God that I do not. Go.
I want to be in my house forever.
You tell them, sister. You tell this priest and the god he fawns upon. You tell them no.
God wants her soul to be pure. He welcomes her heart.
God should know better. Days to weeks to months to years. Round and round.
Still like how the sister is standing up to her. It wasn't like I thought the story would go. She was jealous a bit of her having a life, having a baby, but she's still there for her.
On the sun.
Oh, you're getting quite good at this. Yes, I think you were almost
Acting
ready.
like the little happy family.
He needs music.
She's gonna dance with her
Oh, no.
sister's
just
husband. It's beautiful dancing. But your sister's like still alive, slowly dying. It's just, I'd feel guilty for sure. Being happy when she's literally dying.
Viola had surpassed the predictions of the physicians and priests alike. Held alive, some would whisper, by stubbornness alone.
Basically
Mommy,
looks
you're
dead.
Isabel, you know.
What are you doing out of bed? You'll catch a chill. I didn't want to miss the ball. Come, let us get you back to your room.
Oh. God damn it. They're just dancing. Nothing happened yet, okay? Don't you slap her for she's taking care of you.
Take me to bed.
This sister dynamic, man. There's jealousy and all that shit. Imagine not being able to even be near your kid, though. It's a tragic situation for everyone.
I apologize. That dark carriage and its driver denied so often, in fact, that it would not venture to Bly Manor again.
Cool. That it would not venture there again. So anybody who dies there stays there? Woo!
That it
That's right. Am I right?
led by a... Some in the village would say that death had come for Viola. Nightly, in
She
fact,
did this. She
those
started this.
first few years.
Okay.
Denied at the door of Bly Manor. That dark carriage and its driver denied so often, in fact,
She denied death.
that it would not venture to Bly Manor again.
Oh gosh. Nobody can move on. You just stay there until you forget who you are. It's like more backstory on this house than Hill House, and I feel like that's what I was missing because there was so many ghosts. So that's why, as a season 2, I was hoping maybe getting some backstory on all the ghosts. We mostly focused on Poppy, a bit on the tall hat man, and just slightly on the other ghosts. But there was so many, too many to cover, and like we didn't get why they stay there. I guess just the house itself again is digesting people. So it's a different kind of house. What set it off for this house, though, that death never came, is this lady, Viola. So that's just cool. I like getting that kind of backstory in this season. That's what I like. Something different. Gives me an explanation as to why the ghosts are hanging around. Not all of them died violent deaths, but they all stay. She's walking the path. Okay, I'm happy the sister's in the same bed. Oh shit.
Bly Manor.
Her
I've no
back.
ambition. Lie.
Did the sister and husband drown her? She lived a long ass time after her diagnosis, which is rare. Okay. Wait. Just looking at that jewelry item. If it wasn't black and white, I'd know what color it was. Okay, so we got pearls. Thought this looked familiar. I don't know.
They'll not be buried in my rings. They will be a great inheritance for our daughter. So you will keep them. And watch them.
Pass them on.
And you will never give it to anyone except our child. Promise me.
Did he break his promise?
I promise you.
The word began in her chest as the sickness did for Viola. It had spread, insisted, a whisper in her ear, in her mind entire. And now the word crept down her shoulder and
What's
her
the
elbow
word?
until the word came to live in her hand. The word was mercy.
Mercy?
And the word was a lie. Because it wasn't mercy on her mind. It was every slap, every insult, and every day that had passed. Every moment after the last rites. The word had always been enough.
Enough. I understand she was emotionally abused and actually physically abused by her own sister. So I understand why this thought came to her. But like physically holding your mouth against somebody's mouth and nose. I mean, she didn't have much energy left in her, but doing that to your own sister, it takes a lot of darkness, man. She seemed to have lived for such a long time in this sickness that they were all tired of her, which is so terrible. That happens though. Damn. You're gonna dump her in the lake. Hey, how do you explain that to the husband?
Almost with secrecy, in the hopes, as was waggishly remarked at the time, that perhaps the late
that's
Viola
her.
may not hear of it.
Yeah. 30,
And on their wedding,
35 years
as
16.
Bernadette took residence in, and her adopted daughter refused at every turn to see her as a mother.
Shit. It's interesting considering that her mom was so sick for most of her life, and so she was the one there taking care of her, and now she's refusing her at every turn. And she was more of as a mother figure for her. The painting.
We cannot even afford a housekeeper anymore, and above us locked away are silks, jewels, and linens.
He tried to keep his
If not
word
enough to
despite all
save
their
us, enough
financial
to right
troubles.
the ship.
No.
I can't actually tell which key goes to which lock, man. Got it first try. A bad feeling. Behind you. Or in front of you, apparently. That was scary. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Let's do
We
last
return,
two
dear
wives.
listener, to another night, the night in which Viola would sleep.
She was locked in there. And only to be let out by the sister. 'Twas an oath. The rose petals she had in the box. Oh, my stuff. Get to be with it forever. It's like, it's interesting how different ghosts leave behind different things. And it kind of binds them to them. You're healthy and beautiful again.
She would sleep.
Oh, okay. And Danny's
She
man
would wake.
left some spectacles. So she's just repeating this over and over and over and over and over. Okay.
She would walk.
Similar to her life when she kept waking up. But not remember any of it, so she comes back faceless. Because she forgets. Oh, great. She's so beautiful. Oh, covering mirrors, are we? Slowly rotting.
Sleeping. Waking. Walking. Sleeping.
I mean, we did talk about last season how the definition of insanity is repeating the same day over and over and expecting different results. And she's literally repeating the same thing over and over and over, and it just doesn't change. It's just, I guess, how she feels about it that changes. She's losing connection to these items that she kept so dear. She's keeping for her daughter. Slowly losing herself.
And one day, Isabel would open her mother's trunk and claim her reward.
Instead, you see her selfish
Both of their
sister.
rewards. And day after day.
Not really selfish, like literally their financials are pretty shit. They have a full chest of fancy stuff that they could easily get money for, but a promise is a promise, and you went behind your husband's back and the child who this even belongs to. That's when she grabs him. Broken promise. It wasn't broken by him, though. She can't leave
But
though.
Arthur had grown a superstitious man. Hadn't seen the horror on Perdita's lifeless face. His superstition defied reason, but he felt confident.
Don't throw it in the lake.
Whatever curse had claimed his second wife.
Woo! That's how it
Risk
relates.
his daughter to its icy fingers.
He is
His daughter,
superstitious.
crowds.
God damn it. God damn it. That's a lot of fancy shit you just threw away as well. You just wanted to be with her.
His final insult being cast to the swampy depth. The pull of that next world ignored. She instead made her own gravity. Gravity of will. That would change the terrain of Bly Manor forever. And once again, she would sleep.
Wake up same time every night. Damn, girl, but why are you killing people?
She would wake.
Oh, underwater shot. Less scary now looking at her with the face.
She would walk back to her home,
Mighty footprints.
feeling each time that, and she'd stare at that empty bed.
Imagine sleeping there.
Viola would remember. And the remembering itself was injury anew.
By herself in the bottom of a freaking lake. Can't move on. Interesting though that she tied herself to the clothes and not her physical body. Guess that's what the rites were about as well, like she didn't allow her soul to ascend.
A new home.
Look at that.
Thus, she would sleep.
Where is she?
There's the play doctor.
What are you doing here? You mustn't be in this wing without protection.
That's when she starts. Where's my daughter? Damn, she's strong for a
The
ghost.
doctor died. So, he was immediately forgotten. A strange phenomenon occurred. Her gravity, it seemed, her invented gravity that held her to the grounds, that kept her in purgatory.
Kept
It would
everybody
hold
else
others
too.
too. She would sleep. As happens when one
What about the
dreams, she
soldier?
would forget.
So she only killed Peter, I guess, because he went into that room where she always goes. Anybody in her path, she's like, "Where's my daughter?" Nobody knows the answer. Eyebrows
All
gone.
things fade. All things.
Oh gosh.
Flesh, stone, even stars themselves.
Transition.
Time takes all things. Forgotten. As her memories left her, so too
That is
her
terrifying.
face. So little did she remember that one night she found a child in her daughter's own bed. She could not remember who she had been hoping to see. She had only the faint notion that she'd walked this far, hoping to find a child. And here was a child. Must be the child whom she'd sought.
Oh god, she drowned the child. Okay.
She would sleep,
Oh
and she
god.
would fade, and fade, and fade.
Damn, that is so
And the
unsettling.
others, too.
Oh, I feel sorry
Their
for them.
souls held in her orbit. Those
Oh, the kid,
unfortunates
though.
trapped in the gravity well she had made of Bly Manor.
The gravity well, okay.
They were fading as well.
Reminds me of something Owen said in episode 1.
A fate that befell Viola's once sister, now forgotten in the attic,
Oh,
unaware that she'd ever had a sister at all,
she's the lady
to
in the
murder
attic.
or be murdered by.
She's the one. So I was like, there was one, the figure that Flora was, humming, and who was humming behind her, and she was like, shh. It was a lady as well, and I was confused because she didn't have a face either. So I was like, she can't be the lady in the lake too, but they look similar. That was her?
A fate that befell anyone unfortunate enough to step into her habitual path.
Stop. Stop!
Yeah, her path. So it
A
wasn't
fate that
a
befell a poor
necklace.
valet.
Oh, Danny.
Had no hope it would seem for the young pair.
She doesn't have a reason. She
Having
just
run
does it.
foul and had finally stepped into the path of her own fate.
Shit. Fucking protect her, man. Please don't end like this again. Don't end like this again. Second time in a goddamn row. Are you guys kidding me? You guys. Oh god, imagine if they were releasing this week for week, how pissed off we would all be. Like, I'm happy I didn't wait week for week as I was planning to do, because I could never. They literally end in the same goddamn way. I get it, because they were telling this whole backstory to what this single moment, but I was just so frustrated by the cliffhanger last episode that ending in the same way, it pissed me off, but in like a good way, because now we're all motivated to watch the last episode right away, right? Even if it's whatever god-awful time, it motivates you to like really finish this whole show. That was just interesting. I don't know if I would have preferred it filmed in regular color, because we know it was, you just gotta say what year it is and we'll know what year it is, and I just would have liked to see all these amazing colors of the clothes and the jewelry and all that Viola loved so much in like color. But, you know, it's like a stylistic choice for what you want to portray in your show or movie or whatever. So I'm not going to like shit on it for that, but I did recently see like another show that did the same thing, but this show did it better. Because they still told a story that made sense in the plot. I did figure that Kate Siegel was going to be a faceless lady. But I didn't know why she was faceless until I realized that all the ghosts become that way eventually. And it's this one character, it's Viola, that her gravity literally makes all these ghosts stay here. She said no to death. She said no to the afterlife. She's like, no, I'm going to stay here in my manor. And she like literally pulled every single person that dies there to stay there with her, to forget who they were, to basically die again. And just be there forever and haunt people and forget what they're even doing. So she obviously doesn't mean to kill people, but it's just, she's following the same path she took for years and years and decades, basically. And she just kept following it until she forgot why she was even following it in the first place. So anybody in that path is dead. So it was super unfortunate for Peter to be in that path. I thought it had something to do with the necklace, which would have made sense too, because she tied herself to jewelry and clothes and all that. But no, it was just because he was in the parents' room, which was her room, her room with her husband. Of course, Danny is in that freaking path. Like, Danny, why? I want somebody to save her. Can Hannah save her? Can somebody save her? Like, I can't see her die. I want some kind of happy ending, same as season 1. I know they were planning on ending season 1 in a bad way, and I'm happy they didn't. It gave me some hope, and I'm hoping for the season 2. I feel like they can't leave us so depressed this entire show and not give us at least some kind of decent ending. I don't know. We'll see. It was an interesting episode. I didn't feel bored at all. I felt fully captivated just because, you know, it was an interesting story, and there was this dynamic between the sisters that was interesting. They loved each other and they were dedicated to each other, but they were jealous of each other, which is, I have 3 sisters, so I understand that. But then Viola became abusive to her sister, and that made her resent her to the point where she ended up killing her, and she kept resenting her because she locked away all her own riches for her daughter, and that ended up getting her killed. And it was just this whole cycle that led to this moment. And just, it started off as a way for these women to keep their own home, because women had no rights in that time, or any property or anything. So that's just interesting. Sad, for sure. I feel bad for these sisters, and now they're both stuck there forever, faceless, and don't know who they are. And it's just sad. I think the ghost story is sadder than season 1, because as Owen said, forgetting is basically dying, so they all had to die again. So basically their fates are worse than any deaths and regular deaths, because at least in season 1, Mrs. Dudley chose to die there, and the father and the Crane father chose to die there just so they could be with people they love, because it was a kind of afterlife that you could choose. You could be with your loved ones if you wanted to. If you all died there, you could be with your loved ones. But this is just, you don't want to die here, because you're going to forget everything. And that just makes me so angry at Peter, because he did that for both Rebecca, he did that for Hannah. He didn't want to be alone. I understand his backstory, shitty backstory, but he took their lives, and they have to endure the same thing that all the ghosts have to endure, and I don't want to see them all disappear. I feel like even Peter doesn't deserve that. He just wanted to be loved, you know? He went about it the complete wrong way, but maybe if they had gone off to America and tried making something of themselves without working for somebody, like being the help, maybe he could have found himself. I don't know, I didn't connect with his character, and I found him like quite emotionally manipulative and all that. But I feel so shitty for all of them that are stuck there now. So we got Peter, we got Rebecca, we got Hannah, and they're starting to disappear. Basically, they get stuck in their own memories, and Mrs. Gross already is starting to forget herself. Can't see that, man. Okay, we got one episode left. I'm gonna watch it right away. I have some wine left for that, and we'll see if I end up crying. Oh God, wish me luck, guys. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.